this one's wife. No, she didn't contact Dad. Hello, I'm HG Tudor. Well, the this one's wife hokey-cokey in relation to her father continues. We first of all had the suggestion that her aides were instructed to contact her father. Then it was stated that she didn't tell aides to contact her father, and then it was she had actually contacted her father herself. Those were the first three acts, and yesterday I explained to you not only what that signified vis-à-vis her narcissism, but also enabled you to understand the aggregate effect of that, again, because of her narcissism. Well, we're into Act 4, and Act 4 is the response of the half-siblings. Let's start with Samantha Markle. Samantha, according to page 6, criticised this one's wife after claims she reached out to their father, Thomas Markle, following the emergency amputation of his leg. Samantha took to X with a series of posts. In one entry, Samantha responded to a tweet which stated, "Breaking, this one's wife has today reached out to Thomas Markle since his Philippines hospital drama, but it is unclear yet if father and daughter have spoken for the first time since 2018, with the response, "You're also gullible. Believe it if he's put on a private jet and put into one of the best hospitals in the United States for care. Until then, don't hold your breath. It's likely a PR stunt because of public scrutiny." In another post, she stated, "Houston, there's been no contact. Time to stop the PR bullshit, Medusa." In a separate entity, she added, "Having paparazzi lurking and bushes doesn't constitute reaching out." Accordingly, a pretty unequivocal statement from Samantha Markle explaining how this one's wife has not contacted her father despite her claim that she had. That's what Samantha Markle has had to say so far. But what about Thomas Markle Jr.? Well, he took to YouTube and he stated that this one's wife did not try to contact her father or the hospital. Apparently, Tom Jr. holds his father's phone, and that his father has had the same telephone number for 15 years, and this one's wife knows that number. Tom states that this one's wife is simply lying for the purposes of PR. He's been inundated with press, tabloids and YouTubers acting friendly to him just to get clickbait quotes. He's decided he's not going to talk to any of them further, and he's only going to provide information on his channel. He explains that hired armed security has been obtained for his father's room. He regards the Sussex Squad as evil, as a consequence of the fact that they send death threats and relentlessly attack the Markle family. He also explains that his father has a long recovery in front of him, and he won't let this one's wife anywhere near his father. He said he feels like he's aged 10 years in the past week, but he's going to do whatever he has to do to help his dad. That level of defiance appears to be replicated by Samantha Markle, who had also posted a message, "And if bitchface tries to see Dad, she'll be searched for recording devices / wires. Don't think you're going to get near Dad for a photo op for Netflix or anyone else. Let's just get that clear up front. Blocked at the pass." So a rather defiant attitude from Samantha and Thomas Markle, both taking to social media in different ways to state that despite this one's wife claiming that she has been in contact, she has not been in contact. Thomas Markle explaining he's got his father's phone and there's been no text message or call made to that phone, and Samantha Markle states it's purely for PR. It's unsurprising, of course, to find that this one's wife is telling lies once again. After all, Her narcissism causes her to operate in the moment. And the repeated criticism that she's receiving from most quarters, apart from the deranged shuggers, amounts to challenge fuel. The criticism of people on social media, the criticism of commentators across mainstream media, and you only have to go below the line on many of the articles about this incident to see just how many people regard her behaviour as cold, callous, and in some instances labelling as downright evil. You all know this is driven by her narcissism, and all of these criticisms amount to challenge fuel. She's being spoken about, which is precisely what she wants, but it's critical, which threatens her innate need for control. This is why we've seen the okey-cokey so far. And given the fact that it revolves around a very serious matter with regard to the health of her father, her two half-siblings have sprung into action to not only state that this one's wife has not been in contact, but also to state you're not getting anywhere near him, or if you attempt to do so, you're not going to turn this into a PR circus. Now, there might be some of you who think, well, that's already been achieved by various members of the Markle clan, the two half-siblings and this one's wife herself. But you could also understand the protective attitude of Samantha and Thomas Jr. with regard to the attitude of this one's wife, that they see that there is a possibility that she might suddenly turn up. After all, her narcissism might deem that it is an appropriate thing to do. At this juncture, I suspect not, because it requires too much effort to go and do it, and there is the likelihood of rejection. And instead, she's attempted in the moment to manage the situation by suggesting that she has been in touch. But here, there is a clear rebuttal by both Thomas Markle and Samantha Markle saying that simply isn't the case. She's telling porcupines once again she hasn't been in touch with our father. Thus, are they right? After all, Thomas Markle is the one who's with his father and claims that he has his phone. Therefore, might his account be more believable with this toing and froing as to what's really going on? Well, unsurprisingly, it doesn't end there. Join me in the next video as we move into Act 5 in respect of yet more nonsense from this one's wife.